Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. My name is Daisy Sunshine, and if you are new here, please consider subscribing. I share content on family, marriage, lifestyle, and I've started hosting couples who are sharing their love journeys. And I have a very interesting couple with me today. We're going to get to hear their story and learn from their journey. Let's get into it. Hi guys, welcome to my channel.
Thank you.
Thank you for accepting my invitation.
Thank you, Daisy.
I have Wesley and Allyce with me. They're going to introduce themselves and yeah, we'll get into it.
The priest of the household. Is that?
Oh, praise the Lord.
Amen.
The King.
Yeah.
Husband to Allyce. Yeah.
Hello, everyone. Happy to be here. Thank you, Daisy. My name is Allyce Barlow Wesley, married to the one and only, this gentleman right here.
For the last
4 years and coming to a half. Yes. We've
Wow.
married 4 years and a half, known each other, dating season 7 years.
Wow. Amazing. He's learning all this right now.
He's learning. It really is.
Okay. So we're going to start with some icebreakers.
All right.
And what's the most unusual thing you've ever eaten?
Unusual. I think of snake, dog.
You've
You've eaten dog.
Yeah. Yeah, don't we all eat them with these roadside delicacies? So wait a minute. Your thought was actually eating dog meat. That's dog. For your information, that's dog meat. Yeah. So yeah.
So you've eaten snake and dog?
Yeah, eating snake, dog. What else have I eaten? I think I eat everything people eat and they don't die. So yeah.
Wow.
At least that's the most unusual.
Unusual, but I think it tastes good. It's crocodile, but I don't think it's really unusual.
It's not unusual. I would
Yeah.
have mentioned it, but it's not unusual.
It's not unusual. Maybe shall try some snails out one
No.
day.
Snake.
You
is
can go
like-
to Paris and try some
You
snails.
should try snake. Snake is like tastes like fish.
Okay.
I think I need to explore more. My palate hasn't explored
Yeah.
most of those. And what's a fun fact about you that most people don't know?
About me? Fun fact about? I don't know. I don't think I have a fun fact. Do I have a fun fact? No, I don't think I have a fun fact. Yeah.
A fun fact. Okay, let me see. A fun fact about me is that I follow my husband. At least if I've not seen him in the morning, I'll watch him on TV
Wow.
or listen to him on radio.
Wow.
Yeah, and it just makes my day seeing him do his thing. Did you know that?
Yeah.
You did.
So while he's on there, he knows my wife is
That's why I'm
watching.
not careful with what I say on here because I know you're listening and you won't hold me accountable for it. So, yeah.
So do you call and check on each other despite being able to see him on TV?
I don't.
You don't?
But then we usually send reels to each other. Yes, very funny reels. I think that's one of the things that we do via our mobile phone. And then I'll call him more. Yeah.
You call all the time.
Yeah, I'm calling all the time.
Wow.
Because I know he's busy, he's occupied, and I know calling isn't really
His
his
thing.
thing. So I do most of that effort in that department.
Okay.
Yeah.
Paris, Germany, or London? If you were given the opportunity, which of these would you move to?
Paris, Germany, London. Not been to Germany.
You'll go to
I've
Germany?
not been to them, yeah, so I think I'll go to Germany.
I think I'd go to Paris.
To live there for like a year.
Live? No way.
He wouldn't. Actually, by the way, we wouldn't want to live anywhere else
Yeah.
because we love Uganda.
Yeah, I like to stay here. I would not go anywhere to live there.
Wow.
Not even for a month, by the way.
We have patriots in the house.
Yeah, not even for a month. I think the most I could do, the most would be 2 weeks, and I'll be tired of that place.
You'll be missing.
Any other place, I'll be tired of it.
Because Uganda is so lovely.
Yeah.
And we have so much here. Family, friends, the food. so different from ours.
For me, actually, it's not that. It's just starting all over again.
Making new friends.
Yeah, not even just making friends, but just starting life all over again. I am somebody here. I may not be somebody where I go, so you have to start over again, try to understand culture and all those things. I don't have that patience. I don't have that patience. But also, I find people out of this country very boring. Yeah, I can say it. I know they are watching, but I find people out of this country very, very boring. Their lifestyles are boring. Everything is boring. Life is too serious.
Yeah.
Yeah, life is too serious. Everybody's up and about doing something, trying to make a living.
They are quicker.
They are quick. No, not even just the quicker, but you see, everybody's focused on making a living. You know, bills here, bills here, bills there. Here I can sleep and I will wake up and make a phone call. I'll get money. Yeah, I'll make a phone call. I'll get money. I'll live. I'll survive. I'll exist. It's much easier here. It's much cooler here.
Yeah. And Ugandans, I think we make fun a lot. Like even in a hard situation, we'll find something to laugh about.
Sure.
So I've been to quite some, very many, but trust me, maximum would only be 2 weeks.
Home is best.
Yeah.
Okay. Very interesting. So I'd just like to get into your story. How did you guys meet 7 years ago? And who approached who? Who made the first move?
She did.
She made the first move.
Yes.
No.
You did.
No, babe.
Yeah, you did.
I didn't. We met on Friday the 2nd. I'm so good with
Wow.
Friday 2nd, June 2017, around 11 p.m. because I was going home.
From a club.
A Christian club.
I want to know where this Christian club is.
So what happens is that one of my close family friends tells me, hey, Allyce, there's this concert happening, let's go for it. And that time I'd just come back into the country and I was looking forward to exploring gospel Ugandan music. And we go there a little bit earlier and he gets to see me. I didn't see him at that point.
He saw you.
And he'll tell his side a
said-
little bit later.
No, you're telling everybody.
I say everything.
Yeah, you tell
Okay,
everybody.
he sees me and he didn't think I was a Christian girl because I was down below. We were at Garden City. The party, the gospel club thing was happening at Garden City rooftop. So he sees me and he tells himself, okay, if there's a second time that I see her, I'll take my shot. So I go up with my friend to the rooftop. We're having a good time, dancing, enjoying. It was fantastic. Now, that day, the Vixen was the one who was emceeing, and he calls him up. So I got to see this guy, and I like the way he's dressed, just the way he's dressed. And he's talking about his friend, how his friend has, he had a what? He was raising money for his baby sister who had a heart issue. And I was touched by the story.
Wow.
So that was it. I'd seen this gentleman dressed properly and I'd admired that, just that.
Yeah.
So on that day, later on in the evening, we had to go back home because it was getting late, like around 10, 11, around there. No sooner had I just stepped out of that door like this,
Then
right
he saw
in front of my face, he's like, hi, my name is King Wesley, and you are? Like, I'm Allyce Barlow. Then he's like, are you a daughter to Pastor Jack Barlow? I'm like, nope, he is my uncle. Then he's like, are you single? Like, yes. He's like, John Mary, she's single. Then he's like, let me give you my number. He waits for me to pull out my phone. He reads out his number, and then he walks away, turns around, and he's like, you're in for a crazy ride, and he disappears.
Wow, that is, first of all, he didn't get your number, he gave you his number. Wow.
And fun fact on that day, I was putting on wages, so like,
She was taller than me.
yeah, I was way taller than him.
Yeah.
So I'm like, who is this guy? How dare he? This intentionality.
He knows
of-
who he is.
Yes.
Wow.
So yeah, then during that time, I was Miss University, second runners-up, Miss IUEA, and we were going to have a car wash happening in the following month, and I needed people to come through. So when I got to understand that he is a media personality. I was like, let me talk to
He
him.
can help me.
Yeah, he can help me. That's why I texted the first hi. But then he made the first call. And we got to know each
Because
other.
I'm terrible with texts.
Yeah. But then you're not also so good with calls. But
Yeah.
You prefer in-person communication.
So yeah,
Terrible
he
with that.
called me and we spoke for a really long time. He opened up to me and I was in shock. I was like, this guy. And I think a fun fact about meeting him, during that time, there were like 5 guys who were into me. And I have this close cousin of mine. I might tell it to you. I have this close cousin of mine whom I would share with, like the guys who I think are interested in me. And I tell him, look at this guy. It's even like a cartoon. No, it's not going to happen. But the joke was on me. Yeah.
Wow. Wow. So after that phone call, what happened? How did you start to date?
I don't remember how we started to date though, but
You probably just said we're in
Yeah,
a
but-
relationship.
no, but I don't know. But I think she was the first girl that I had a date with.
Yeah. He asked me out. to
Yeah, she was the
coffee.
first girl that I had a date with.
Wow.
We went out for a cup of coffee, which was very uncomfortable for me
Yeah.
because that wasn't me. I'd never gone out with a girl for as long as I can remember, and I think there was a time that I also in space where everybody was wanted me to get married. So anyone I would be seen with would have been an issue. So like we were like 3 people that everybody kept talking about in the gospel circle should get married. Of course, one of them, my friend Apostle Grace, for him, he got married out of the blue. He left me with Pastor Bugembe. So Pastor Bugembe really is also still there. So that space, everybody was okay. Well, it was a concern for very many people. I was old, man. I was old. So, so everybody was like, "How does Wesley not be married by this time?" You know. So yeah. So I asked her out. We go. I wanted to just meet her away from my comfort zone, and so we went in public space, talked a little bit. We walked actually. And then we went to another space, so like that. So
So we kept meeting up.
Yeah.
And like I said, I remember that date so properly.
So she never asked.
That's what I want.
So she never asked for transport. So I feel like this is a good girl, and this is
She
how
was
I am.
not after your money.
No, not even my money. She didn't ask for transport money. I mean, where would I find such a girl who wouldn't ask for transport money in this city? You know. So I'm like, no transport money. I don't have. Did I even give you transport? No, I don't think I gave you
I
transport money.
actually did, but without me asking.
No, I don't remember giving you money. I don't. Because all the times she came to see me,
Maybe
I
it
knew-
shocked you so much, you're just like, you know what?
Yeah. So to me, I'm like, this transport
She's
money
unique.
is. So yeah, because again, what's the essence of transport money? I feel like it's something that people shouldn't really get into. Anyway, that can be a discussion another time. But I feel like transport money. I don't know how girls really ask for transport money.
Yeah.
Because I find it's very weird, very, very weird. This is a broke girl coming for a rescue. Then again, that's what I think in my mind.
Yeah.
If you can't take care of yourself, then what is the most important? What is it then? Again, I am helping you run away from boredom. What is it exactly that I'm transporting to come and?
Where am I transporting you to come for
To
entertainment?
come for entertainment. I'm saving you from boredom. I'm entertaining you. I'm probably even feeding you. You know, probably even feeding you. And then I give you transport money to go. I even give you transport money to come. Which take it. And I think that's the biggest reason as why most girls are not yet married right now. That's why you transport money.
Yeah.
So she didn't ask for transport money. So I feel like, okay, let me keep
It was a
saving up.
green flag.
Yeah, so I kept saving up that money for her wedding. Yeah. So most people are eating their transport money. It's another their wedding. You guys see them transport money.
Oh my god.
So yeah, kalangeria ba wala bana. Them transport. You're eating up your wedding savings.
Just transport yourself.
Hey, transport yourself. Come. Invest in a relationship also. What are you putting there? Go take IoT. Hey, again, as Christians, you know, constitution. So really, what am I? Relationship would you take how much? Would you take how much? Did you take how much food? Would you take how much? You know. But again, also she was also the first girl to take me out and pay for to an expensive place and pay for the bill.
She took you out and paid for the
bill?
bill?
Paid for the bill. I'm like, yo, thank you. This is awesome. No one has ever paid my bill, so I think this is for keeps. Yeah. So quite a lot of few things really. It's just
But then, I like I was saying, he asked me out on the 24th of July. Yes, you asked me.
So you met on the 2nd of July?
2nd June.
2nd June, and then 24th July.
He's like, will you be my girlfriend?
I did.
Face to face. Yes, you did.
I think it was the Holy Spirit in him speaking.
So I told him, I'll give you an answer. So I went back home, prayed about it, and because at that point in time, I wanted to date for marriage. Yeah, not just be with somebody and
I wasn't
break
dating
up.
for marriage.
I know.
You were not dating for marriage.
Marriage was far away from
From
marriage.
his mind. Anyway.
Really?
And I think I was even probably joking because
But you didn't know you had found a serious person.
yeah, like for real, marriage was far away from the things that I wanted to achieve in this life. Yeah, I had given up. I had not even given up. I had made up my mind, and am I relinquishing my freedom to somebody else? Yeah, I was enjoying my life. I was okay. Yeah. So how that slipped out of my reach.
So this pressure that people were putting on you
that was
was not
fun.
affecting you?
That was fun for me. That was fun for me. Again, yeah, but it wasn't affecting me. The good thing, family had stopped asking me about anything like that, because that wasn't a good conversation for both of us, or whoever was around.
Wouldn't end well.
Yeah, it wouldn't end well. So I think they had let go of it.
Yeah.
But people around me, of course, my boss, Tim, for him constantly said, I think you could be a better person if you get married. You'd be every time, then they ask later. So it was, but at least church, most of the churches you go to, every pastor's wife had you in a dream, marrying a particular girl.
In their church.
Yeah, in their church, they'll tell you, and they will ask, which girl exactly do you see me in the dream? And they show you the girl, and you're like, no way, under no circumstance, this am I ending up with. So for me, it was fun, it was good, it was okay. Of course, yeah, there will be those times, there will be lonely times. And I think Allyce came in a space where I'd come out of a crazy depression that I didn't even know how I got myself into it. I think after when you've done everything you think you've done, achieved a few things here and there, life ceases, when life is routine, it ceases to make meaning. You get it?
Yeah.
So I find myself in a bottomless pit that I kept going down under, and I didn't know how to get myself out of it. To the point of contemplating suicide. Yeah. So by the time she came in my life, was at the very end of it, me coming out of it, and I was asking myself, what next? What is it that is there? Remember, I was around 30-something years, and I always joke with my guys that Jesus didn't marry, but he died at 33. And he tells us we'll do greater things than he did. So marriage is one of the things that he did do.
So you want
that
to
is
do
greater. Yeah. So I'm like, I think there's a sign here, man. I'm of age, or else I'm going to heaven like Jesus.
At 33.
At 30, yeah, it's a better thing of getting married. So yeah, I think for me, that's when she came in the picture. She was nice. She was okay. She was straightforward. She was the only girl
Just
that
like
called
you.
me, and I missed her calls, and she didn't quarrel why I didn't pick up her
She didn't
phone
take
calls.
offense.
No, she didn't. She
Wow.
didn't take offense for me not texting her back after 2 days. To her, she would call, and then when you picked, she would go straight to what she was telling you, not telling you how
You didn't pick up.
you didn't pick up or saying something. I'm like, well, I think this girl is special. Yeah, I think this is what I want. I said, yeah, I need my space. I need my space. I need my freedom. I need somebody to understand me. And I felt like she really did understand me in that space and in that area.
Wow.
So to me, I was marrying freedom. I was dating freedom. So
You were not going to be confined.
no. So it was that interesting for me with her. So, and then again, the other important factor, I think I'm going to say it, family for me was very key. Where I come from, we are 8. And my mom and my dad is still married up to now. I'm their eldest son. Very married, very okay. I've not seen them fight. I've not seen them quarrel. I wanted that. I wanted not to fight. But everybody, most of the people around me with their relationship, they seem to have issues with their relationships. And I was like, constantly, what is it exactly?
What's going on?
Yeah. So I don't like arguing. I don't like fighting. I don't like getting angry. I don't think we have. Over these years, we've been married to each other. We've not gotten angry to each other, fought, and all sorts of things. And so, to me, that's what I wanted. But also, family was very important. Where I was going to end up. Yeah, which family I was really going to end up into, because to me that was very important. One, I considered will they take care of my children very well in case I couldn't. Is my mother-in-law a prayerful woman? Because you know, there are two things. Your mother-in-law is either praying for you or bewitching you. So you have to very consider who you marry. Who you marry. This business of finding girls who have just given their life to Jesus Christ in Kampala and in the village, things are as traditional as tradition can be. It's a hard paper, it's a hard course. I'm a prayerful person, but I don't like to struggle in my prayers. I don't like fighting battles in my prayers. So
you didn't want to marry a prayer request?
No, I wasn't going to marry a prayer request. I wasn't going to uproot anybody, plant things, you know, break things. I wasn't. So when I met her family, to me was, wow, they love Jesus. They love God. As in literally loving of God, literal loving of Jesus. And to me, that was comforting. And again, I had never visited any of the girls I had known anyway, so I never met their parents. So I felt like I knew her more. I knew her family, where she comes from, and all those things. And I pictured my kids being with grandpa and grandma, so being taught values and principles. And she had a particular value that she carried with herself that was rare with the people here. She's modest in her dressing. She's very mindful with what she says, how she talks, and all those things. So that is a rare gem that I didn't find in this city anyway. So there are very few things here and there that I felt like, whoa, this is it. And again, I'm very extravagant, and she's totally not.
So you're the one who spends the family money.
Yeah. So she's very extravagant. So she comes.
I'm very extravagant.
No, I am very extravagant. I'm very extravagant. I'm very extravagant. I'm not mindful with the expenditures and spending and all of things. I don't really care, but she does. So I saw an opposite. Someone would put a speed govern on me. I think the first thing was like, what do you do with all these suits? Yeah, as in, what do you do?
You have more clothes than she does.
And shoes.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah. Very many shoes, very many suits, like very many. And I kept buying every weekend.
Yes.
Yeah, so I buy every weekend a suit, every...
Is this because of your work?
Yeah, that's...
I understand, because I also have more clothes than my husband.
Yeah, that was... I
And
MC.
shoes?
And shoes.
I MC.
Every weekend?
I don't buy shoes every weekend.
That's what he was doing.
So she kept saying, no, don't do it. So I felt like I need to show her that she has power over me as well. So I can stop buying some of these things.
Give her some.
I would have a problem with it. And a huge problem with it.
And I remember actually the first time, I think after a couple of months, you're like, I finally bought like 3 pairs.
Making up for the times I've not been by.
And I was like, oh my goodness. And I was still dating at that time. I was like, wow.
Yeah. So yeah. And for her, she was Miss University. But again, she would, every time we'd meet, she would be almost in the same clothes again. And like, it would bother me. Like, it would bother me a lot. That she should be, you know, like the girls that, you know, keep changing all the, as in I'm a Miss University, I need to, you know, social media, post something different all the time and here and there. But she was totally the opposite. I'm like, and she's putting on some of these old clothes. I'm like, oh God. But she was her, and she was happy. She was okay. She was herself. To me, that was interesting, you know. And I knew that wasn't herself, but it was upbringing and family, and I wanted that for my children as well. To be content with what they have, to be comfortable with what they have, to not to conform to the pressures of this world. Personally, while I was doing that, my money wasn't going anywhere. So I was working.
You didn't want to see money sitting in the bank.
I don't even have a bank account. So my money was for spending on me, myself, clothes, my car, So So it's crazy. So but she comes around and just flips almost everything.
And this, she said, flipping it even while you were dating.
Yeah, she flipped it. She stopped me from buying clothes when we were dating. Shoes. I had an issue with this, so I'd pass by. I look at those good shoes. I'm like, oh, can I order? But
Self-control.
She noticed that I bought it, so she wouldn't like it. So she said I shouldn't. So I wouldn't. So
okay.
And I became comfortable now with just this new.
Once in a while.
Of course, once in a while.
Every weekend.
Yeah, not every weekend. But now I think I've resumed the habits a little bit. Yeah.
And there's a time recently, like when 2 years ago, you bought like 50 sneakers at once.
Sir, do you have a shop?
And I was like,
wow.
Okay, it benefits me because we're the same shoe size. But
yeah.
Wow.
It's weird like that. So.
And he was moving with the shoes in the car, like
and
up.
Yeah, I have a car.
Oh my God.
She's everywhere. So it's weird. It's weird. That.
You see, that's a fun fact about you that most people don't know probably.
I'm extravagant. Actually, I am crazy extravagant.
You're the first person I've had that buys 50 pairs of shoes in a day.
Yes, I'm extravagant. I don't think about money expenditures. I live each day as it counts.
I think once my husband watches this video, he'll really appreciate that I'm not extravagant. Right, babe? I am not. Okay,
now let's... an extravagant person.
Right? Yeah. Let's fast forward from 24th July. How do you get engaged and start planning for your wedding and marriage?
How we get engaged? I think...
remind you that date. 10th August 2019.
That was what?
10th August 2019.
The engagement.
Wait, proposed. Whoa, I did on that day? Okay, I don't remember the day. I don't remember that day. So I remember I wanted to do something special. Again, she had not, I had not spent on her. There's a time we actually... Yeah. Tell that story.
So there's a time we went shopping together. I think he had an event, so he needed some shoes and I think a suit or something of that sort. So we go and he buys his things and he's so excited. He's like, can you pick anything that you want?
Yeah.
For yourself.
And I'm like, I'm okay. He's like, can you pick anything that you want?
Just point at it and do it.
Yeah, just point and get it. So I just get this cross bag and I'm like, yeah, I'm fine, I'm good. Oh my goodness, that was a hard paper for him.
He couldn't believe that you just picked a cross bag.
I just picked one, just like a cross bag, like a very simple cross bag. And I was happy and content.
Yeah, she was.
Because my parents raised us in a way whereby never go on a date with a guy or somebody who's interested in you and he spends on you and you're not able to pay back.
So pick whatever you can pay back.
Yes, pick whatever you can pay back.
Have you had girls?
Because there'll come a time and he'll want to take advantage of you and you have...
I can pay back your cross bag, sir.
Don't just go and say, okay, let me get this Mercedes Benz. My dear girlfriend, there'll be a time where you have to pay back for that. So that was my mindset.
Yeah.
So I picked up, I was a university student at that time, so I picked out a bag and I was so happy, but it bothered me.
Yeah, it did bother me so much because I felt like I was selfish. I carried all these other things for myself and she didn't have anything for herself, so it was crazy. So now there we are in that space and And so we go. Then the other time is that I was going to collect money someplace. So I go with her. Say, hey, can you escort me? I'm going to collect my money. Somebody got to pay me my money today. So we reach there, and then they give me my money. So she says, did you get it? I said, yeah, I got it. Here's the envelope. Like millions of money. So I told her, pick whatever you want. She said, no, we want the card. She said, did you pick any? I think, he picked a 50 or I'm like, yo.
You know, Wesley, God protected you from Kampala girls. Yeah, you found the right one, honestly.
Yeah. So I pick whatever you want. She did pick it. I felt so bad, so terrible. But anyway, I saved that money to actually go to Dubai and buy a ring for her. Yeah, to come and propose.
Tell us that.
Now, that was a crazy story. I was with a friend of mine in Mecca. So we have a trip to go to Dubai. So we go to Dubai. I'm like, the only reason I'm going to this trip is I'm just going to go and just buy a ring. Yeah, that's why I actually went. Where Mecca went have fun. But he suffered, yeah, because we moved the entire gold souk. You know, if you've been to Dubai, the gold souk, the gold street, all of it like 3 times, looking for specific rose gold, which is not too decorated.
Because they didn't want a big diamond.
Yeah, she didn't want a big diamond. I picked that in her conversations. Yeah. So, because I listened to what she says. So we moved until every shop in the gold souk, we entered it, and then we found this one. Yeah, and it was exactly it.
Exactly what you were looking for.
Yes, this is it. So we're taking it. And that's how we ended up. So my trip was done with that.
So 10th August, how did you propose?
So I called her friend, her sisters. They organized because I didn't like anything exaggerated. I am not.
And before that, remember you had gone to my parents?
Oh, yeah. So after getting that ring, when I came back, I went to the parents. I asked the mom. The mom said, well, I got no problem with that. And then the dad, I talked to the dad. The dad is like, you know why I opened up these doors? Is so that everybody who wants my daughters
can come in.
It's her choice. If you're the one, so be it.
She'll decide.
No, she says, so be it. So I say, okay, God bless you. So they took the ring. The mom put it on, and the dad took off his ring, gave it to me to put on, and then we held hands and they prayed for me.
Wow.
She didn't know.
Wow.
Yeah, she didn't know. So I think the next day is when we proposed. I proposed to her. Simple. I like a simple family. I don't like exaggerations. And strictly no phone policy for the hotel. So I say, oh,
you didn't want anyone
nobody,
taking pictures?
it didn't leak. Nobody leaked it. Nobody. Yeah. It's only me who actually released it. Or
when you were
when I was in church waiting for it to come. That's when I posted it.
That's when he posted.
Yes.
Wow. Okay, so then when do you get married?
So we got married 24th September 2020. Oh, that was a crazy ride because we kept wanting different dates, but because of COVID, dates kept changing. So until the 24th of September, that's when we got married. He did his morning show. It was a Thursday.
He did his morning show?
Yeah, I did my radio show, as usual. As usual, went, did my show, then walked to the cathedral because I was wedded at Namembe Cathedral. So then Spirit FM was still at Namembe Cathedral. So I just walked up there, and then just like that, I even told people I'm actually going to get married today, so that people thought it was.
You were joking?
Yeah, they thought he was joking.
Yeah, I was joking.
Kidding. Then they got to see the snippet of the proposal, but without seeing the face of the girl, just like the shoes and like how.
So the other thing is that even how my wedding was crazy. For me, I liked the COVID thing because COVID
limited numbers.
It eliminated the idea of wedding meetings. Yeah, and I had prayed to God, I never want to do a wedding meeting. Yeah, so when I wanted to marry her, her parents were gracious enough. I think the dad asked for a Bible. Yeah, she asked for 2 Bibles.
Yeah,
Two specific Bibles. Trust me, I looked for them in this city. and then I got them. So when I got them, that was it. That she wanted.
And you're supposed to also learn
Cows.
Yeah, and also learn
a poem
from
written
the
by
grandfather. Yeah, so that was what the Waro was asking.
Oh my goodness,
Yeah.
the design that he
Yeah.
did for it, he shocked all of
Yeah,
us.
so
And
I
the way he
inscripted
did-
it on the stone.
Yes, on stone,
Yeah, so
Very special.
to me that was it. And then of course these other gifts, you
And also the
definitely.
way you worked on the Bibles was so unique and
Yes,
nice.
yeah.
Oh my goodness.
So
Excellent.
then these other gifts I could still manage. And I think my family was always shocked because my family never got to know my dates for my weddings. Because they got to know that I'm getting introduced the next weekend.
Why? How did you get them a secret?
I was
I'm
okay.
just curious.
Not his
You didn't want
immediate
them to-
family.
Like even the immediate. Yeah, like my uncles and aunties they got to know when we were for the next event. For example, they got to know we are going to do Wanjura after the meeting after the Kuchala, the dad's place. That's when they got to know, hey, wait, it's even like
Tomorrow.
next month. Like, how is that possible? So, and we didn't have meetings. So they kept asking me what's going on. Even most of them, the things that I took for,
The
because
conjurer.
I kept buying things and putting them in my house. You get it? So I reached a space where I could just,
Jump over.
jump over.
Sacks of sugar.
I guess, yeah. 'Cause I wasn't staying in there. I was so busy and all the things. So then they also surprised with the amount of things that I had bought because they did not know how they. So I just told them everything is figured out.
It's covered.
Like,
I
for
got
real.
this.
I told Swaz, I'm like, yeah,
I got
it's
them.
fine. It's fine. It's okay. So that's how. Now they get to know then on Banjo that the wedding is actually
The next weekend.
the next week. We're like, wait a minute.
You've
Yeah.
prepared. You've
Yeah.
paid.
So
You're
yeah,
ready.
and I had paid because then the numbers were allowed were 150.
No, actually it was 70 people at that time. But
Yeah.
we had planned for 150 in the space that we were at.
Because I got the
the-
biggest hall.
Yeah,
The
at
biggest hall.
Africana.
Because that was the biggest hall that was available then. So,
So
then we
we'd
could
be
have
able
a
to
space.
Ah.
Yeah.
People.
What was it
So
called?
then social distancing.
Social distancing.
Now then it is when my wedding gets viral, goes on TV,
Yeah, on YouTube.
on YouTube, and then people now choose to want to come. Now all these gospel artists had not known that I was getting married. None, even my workmates
Did
didn't
not
know. Like only 4 people that I knew at this place of over 20, 30 people that knew that I was actually getting married. So then everybody was like, "Sha, bagaya wezi kuchichi tugende."
Yeah,
I ended up having 300 people.
yeah.
But the good thing is I had given
You had planned for social distancing. And
Yeah.
Social
Yeah.
distance.
So now the
And
most
by the
im-
time they
yeah.
came in, we
Yeah.
had gotten done with food.
No, not really. But also not really that. Not really that, by the way. Now, the people that were in the event, some of them were very, very important people. So now they started running away, leaving because one, if the president saw you, you wouldn't be meeting with him. Yeah, in that kind of event. You remember any event that had a lot of people would definitely make news.
Yeah.
So, so everybody's like, no, this wedding, no, I better find my way out. So most of them started leaving, but then people kept coming in, and then others went in the gallery. So good thing I'd given OJ more money just in case people wanted food, and at least we had a number like 300 people.
wow.
Yeah, so that is it. So that's how we ended up getting married.
Okay.
And
So now you start your marital bliss. How has it been the last 4 years?
how has it been?
It's been very, very interesting.
With your different personalities
Yeah, we have different
and
personalities. So,
Oh, she's the most talkative one.
you're more talkative.
you earn from talking.
No, I earn from talking. When I go back home, I'm done.
Quiet.
talking.
Yeah, he's done talking. I don't talk that much. I think I'm like a balance.
Yeah, you learn
between
now.
to
To balance.
Yeah. So, because I talk for a living. I wake up and talk. So when I'm done talking, I'm done talking.
You're all
For
talked
real.
out.
Yeah, I'm all talked out. I want to go home and I don't want to talk. So I'm on my phone doing nothing, not even responding to people's messages. literally doing nothing, but I'm on my phone. And so she wants to have a conversation. I don't want to be part of that conversation, but I'm bored. But she has learned to tell me the most important things, you know, and for some reason we always find conversations here and there. But she was the only first person, by the way, first girl to actually get to understand that I'm actually extremely boring. Yeah, like boring in a space that you could be there and we could have zero conversations, and we're in the same room and we're not talking.
Okay, that's interesting. So how does marriage work?
Most people who are bothered, they all probably feel like I'm disinterested in them, or I'm boring them, or anything like that. But it's just me. I have that multiple personality issue. So I am a different person now. I'm a different person again. I'm a different, you know. So my public life is totally different from my personal life. Totally different. The first 12 hours is totally different. I also don't know how it happens, but it does. Yeah, the first 12 hours of the day, I'm totally different from the other 12 hours, you know, when I'm away and when I'm home. So she understood me, she accommodated me, and I felt like she wasn't bothered by it. I don't know whether she was bothered. If she was, she didn't even say it. So to me, it was like, cool. So that marriage has been good. Why we don't quarrel. Yeah, we don't fight. I think the number one thing that I told her the moment we got married, I remember that very well because it's something I always wanted to tell somebody. Yeah. I told her that I'm not God, neither am I his son Jesus or any of the nephews around Jesus. I would never know what is inside her heart until she lets me know what exactly it is that is there.
That's true.
So with that, I told her, if I do something that you don't like and you don't tell me, I'll come back here, watch TV happily, look at you not happy, and I'll continue about my life because I may not even be the person the reason for you not being happy. I don't want to open that kind of worms, so I'll let you be. And I pretend you have something going on that's totally not me. But if it's me, please let me know. And if you can't tell me, text it. I think she found a way of texting it. You know, I didn't tell her to text me, but she found a way of letting me know. I think I wasn't comfortable communicating. Yeah, I think this wasn't good.
And we ensure that it never goes like past a day. And let's solve whatever it is the challenge.
Yeah. And I told her you have to be very, very respectful. I didn't tell her you have to be respectful. I just told her you have to please never get angry at me. So
I don't have that energy to quarrel. I also don't have that energy to quarrel. I'm somebody who doesn't want to be shouted at, so I wouldn't want to shout back at somebody. So we sit and talk. We sit and listen.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, this wasn't cool. And say sorry and we move on, because I realize in a marriage, do not bottle things up. Because you're passionate, especially the male species. He'll forget that it even happened. You get, so if you bottle up something that happened a year ago,
it's hurting you.
And you're bringing it up at that point in time, you'll even get more angry because he doesn't remember that happened. So that's how we managed, and our first year in marriage was very challenging because we were expecting. We were expecting and we were so excited.
We were new parents. Totally new parents.
We were so excited. And you know, it was a beautiful journey because he came for antenatal, all the antenatal.
Wow.
He was there, he was present. And everything was smooth running until it wasn't. So we were due 9th October 2021.
Okay.
And 7th of October at night, I start feeling like, you know, a bit of contractions. And I'm so excited. I tell him.
The
like,
baby's coming.
Yeah. He's like, you know what, let's sleep. Like, those things take some time. Because, you know, you're excited first time, Mom. He's like, well, we'll go to the hospital in the morning. We'll go to the hospital in the morning.
So because I was consulting. The generals that were there before.
You were just not telling her that.
No,
I'm
I wasn't
consulting.
telling her, but I was consulting. So she tells me, like, yo, what's going on? This is going on. Like, that's easy. I'm like, cool. So that's cool.
Let's
So
take time.
I'm like,
So
Okay.
8th, we go to the hospital. They're checking me. We hear the baby's heartbeat. Then they try to check how dilated I am. Then they're like, no, you're not. You're not
Dilated.
there. You haven't even dilated yet. This is false labor. Please go back home. Since it's still even COVID time, what, we can't keep you here at the hospital. So we go back home. We consult with our mothers. My mom was like, never heard about it. His mom was like, yes, some women do get false labor and it can even last a week. So I'm like, okay, if it can last a week, then let me be strong, you know? So, oh my goodness, I was in pain. Saturday, yeah, we had gone Friday. Saturday comes, and I'm just there. That was Independence Day. And this gentleman even made me stand up and we sing the national anthem. Oh.
it was Independence Day.
It's like, stand up.
Yeah, Independence.
If you sing the national anthem for the independence, please tell me.
So,
Wow.
No, we are big patriotic. I love my country so
You're
much.
very patriotic.
Yeah, so you start up, we sing.
Yeah.
so we go through the night and I'm like, you know what? He's like, you know what? Let's go back tomorrow. Because the hospital told us, you can come back Monday. But now Sunday.
9th was Sunday.
9th was Saturday.
Okay.
So 11th was going to be Monday.
Okay.
So on 10th, Saturday night, Wesley's like, you know what, we shall go there tomorrow. Me, I was still insisting, no, we shall go Monday.
Wait. Yeah.
You know? So
At this point,
Sunday-
was the baby still moving?
No, you know you're a first time mom. You're new to these things. Like contractions are also feeling like movement.
Yeah.
So really, I was just, you know, trying to be a brave woman.
Yeah.
So we go to the hospital. They check me. They try to hear for the baby's heartbeat. They're not hearing the heartbeat. Then, you know, they start looking at each other, the doctor, and then...
Same hospital, same doctor.
hospital.
Okay.
So they break the water, and the water is brown. So the doctor and the nurse look at each other, you know, with this whole concern. They're like, I've even forgotten the word that they
Meconium.
use. And I'm like, okay, what's going on? They're like, you know what? First go for a scan. Go for the scan. And because they had already started whispering that the baby's gone. So I tell Wesley, I'm like, I was starting to break down. He's like, no, Allyce, let's have faith that God can change whatever the report is going to say. So we go for the scan, and then they're doing the scan, and then the lady's like, when was the last time you felt your baby kick? I'm like, why is everyone asking me this question? Because I'm not understanding right now. She's like, oh, you see the crack here on the head? And I'm like, God, what is happening? I'm like, can we just do a C-section right now and remove him? Can we just remove him right now? And they're like, no. The lady holds my hand. She's like, no, Allyce, make sure that your blood pressure doesn't go up. Make sure you push this baby. I'm like, okay. So I had that mentality like, no, God is going to change this. This is going to be a miracle. The baby is going to come out alive. Like, everyone kept coming in and saying sorry, and I'm laughing at them. I'm like, nope, this child is coming out alive. So he walked that hospital like over and over again. Like, would send him, please go buy cotton. It would take him like 3 hours to come back. So he was...
Because I would get lost. Yeah, I would be supposed to be going on the 4th floor, and I find myself on the 6th floor.
But I think your mind was...
my mind was about everywhere.
Yeah, everywhere. So I was with my mom and his sister, and a few people kept coming in and checking in on me, and nurses and doctors. And they were like, we can't induce you. They were saying, we can't induce you because I think a problem will happen if we induce you.
You rupture or whatever it is. Quite a lot of things, uterus,
So now it was like around what time? Like around coming to 11 p.m. when I finally got to like 10 centimeters. So they take me to the delivery room and I start pushing. I pushed until his head came out. Then the rest of the body refused. The doctor being there and trying to
Manipulate
pull
the baby.
the baby out, and the baby has completely refused.
Because it wasn't helping itself.
Yeah.
So it was totally depending on her to push. And what she has not told you is that the moment the scan came out and it was clear that the baby wasn't viable, I accepted it. I don't fight with science. Doctors tell me stuff, I accept. So my prayer was, can I leave this place with my wife at least? Yeah, because I remember I told her, I kept telling her, just get to see through this. Just push. Yeah, be calm. So I tell God, I'm like, you know what? I'm not on the side of everybody else who is praying for a miracle right now, for things to change. I just want to leave this place with my wife. And so that was it. For me, my main concern was that. I wasn't planning on getting married again. I wasn't about to lose my friend, my best friend. I wasn't planning on anything else. And again, I was grateful. In that moment, I was very grateful for very many things. The fact that we were even in that space, we could afford.
You could have waited till Monday.
That hospital, things, and I didn't even wait. But I told her, you didn't do anything. We did what we could.
What you knew, yeah.
What we knew best how to. So these are the results. It's never going to be always good. There's always going to be ways where God wants to just show himself that he's God. And it's nothing like the powers of the darkness, nothing like that. It's just God choosing to take the first fruit. You get it? For me, that was it. So I told God, this is yours. Now can I have mine so that I can actually, leave? So while all that was going on with the doctor comes back. And the first thing is...
When we went to theater, I told them, you know what, make me sleep because I was tired. Remember, since Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So I just told them, make me sleep and just remove him. Yeah. So they just, what's the word?
They
just
suctioned him.
Yes, they suctioned him out.
So for me, when the doctor came out, I asked, is my wife okay? She's like, oh yeah, it's very fine. I'm like, thank you, that is it. Hallelujah. And that is it for me.
I'm so sorry for your loss.
It is perfect. So on that very morning,
we decided to do an autopsy.
Yeah, we decided to do an autopsy and then find out.
I didn't get to see him because when they asked me, I was like, no, I don't think I want to see him.
I didn't want either.
I didn't want to because I felt like I was longing so much to meet, our baby, and then to see him and not have him. I was like, no, it's okay. Let me just keep the memories of him moving in my belly, but it's okay. But of course, there were those points later on when I was like, I wish I saw him. And then you get back to the points of, okay, it's okay that I didn't see him. Then you get to that point of, I wish I saw him. So we ended up doing an autopsy, and he ended up.
You saw him
a little bit.
So her dad insisted on that autopsy. I didn't want anything to do with it because I wanted to just close that chapter and just move on. Good thing my wife was fine. So the dad is like, no, you need closure, son. You definitely need closure. You need to know what exactly was the problem, and so that it cannot be repeated again. Well, old people have wisdom. So it was wise for us to do that because I think even in the next pregnancy we would definitely have issues. But when we knew the issue, so the doctors told us that when the baby was nearing to coming out, the body always now gets ready to actually now operate on its own.
Yeah.
So the heart wasn't ready then to be able to, to now be self-sustaining. So that's how it collapsed. So I think the biggest right left was the bigger.
One of the chambers.
Yeah, one of the chambers was bigger,
which wasn't supposed to be bigger.
Okay, so that was the whole.
And that if you had been born, then you would have had heart issues,
heart failures, and all those things.
So
again, like I said, I glorified God. I thanked God. So the parents, Allyce's parents, decided to take Allyce home I said she can go, so I went straight to do my radio show. Yeah, and I did my radio show. So OJ looked at me like, what are you doing here? I'm like, bro, this is my show. Been doing it. Probably could take away my anxiety, whatever I'm feeling. Probably this is the best place I can be right now. So, and I did my show, and nobody knew that I had actually lost a baby. Nobody knew. Not anybody who is close to us knew around. And just a few that were very close.
Yeah, close family and friends, because we didn't post about the pregnancy.
Yeah. So until it was 6 months. Yeah. Then we testified that, hey, guess what? We lost our baby. And everybody's like, what?
Yeah. And before that, actually, it was such a challenging time. But one of the things that I remember when we were going to walk out of the hospital, because I was discharged the following day. And I didn't want to be wheeled out of that hospital. I felt like, okay, to feel like I'm victorious, let me walk out of this hospital. And Wesley comes over and he's like, oh, Rudo. So we were laughing even during a time where we were supposed to be grieving. Yeah. We did grieve. Because I remember there was even a time, maybe a week into it, after that had happened, I remember there was a time we spoke and we're like, should we even go ahead and have kids? But then I was like, no, we are meant to have, we'll have our children one day, we shall have our kids. And this will be a testimony to help other couples out there. And you can never wish, even somebody who hates on you or is your enemy, you can never wish for them to go through.
Yeah, that's why I never said why me, God. In everything that I was going on, I didn't say why me, because what if he had posed a question and say, who should I give this burden to? But I also felt like God had given us that burden, because he knew we would carry it, would be bold about it, we will not be silent about it, we'll speak about it, we will be able to help very many couples that are going through that. You have no idea when we opened up that, this is what happened to us. Very many families reached out to us. Others were crying, others couldn't handle it, that they had gone through several miscarriages, several scenarios like these ones. Quite a lot. Everybody had lost a child somewhere, somehow. And then these are people that are even close to us that you could never imagine that actually are going through this. But they have been both seated on something that has been burdening them for all this. And they are asking for our bravery, how we managed to come out. And she wanted to do that big time. So I wanted to support her. I was okay with it. I wouldn't care anyway. So I would, it was okay, because I realized there are very many people's burdens that we lifted off their chests. The fact that actually there is one who came and said, olaba nammwe abalungi ssebo nammwe mufiirwa ande ne mukama kati house sigama mutanjagala nange. Yeah, because for her she had thought God doesn't like her. Happens. Yeah, God doesn't like, say olaba nammwe who did figure it out, you've also lost. Then I think it is, it's a standard for all of us. So for me, it was, that statement was enough for me to continue to actually speak about it. We kept helping lots of people, even in hospital, the nurses that worked on us will tell, oh man, my second, I lost it. Yeah. My first, I lost. Like everybody had gone through something like that. And then somewhere, now there are people who came to us and said, you can't talk about something like that. It's an abomination. Yeah. I'm like, yeah, but exactly.
Then you're the same people. I know, those are the same people who are going to go on and come and tell married couples, when are you getting pregnant? But you don't know
what people are going through.
When are you having your baby?
Yes. So people were going through very many of those things. The silent battles that they couldn't talk about. The very many, you get it. And then God helped us. So everybody reached out to me. I kept telling them, can you just go to my wife's inbox? Or I'll just send them my wife's number. So she would handle them, she would talk to them. I could only manage to talk to the guys. There's one particular guy that I talked to for him, the moment they got exactly the same scenario, the mother of the guy said, we married a loser and
A curse.
so she can't come back to our house. So they went and occupied the man's house, and then the girl went with the parents, and then they were separated just like that. So because you can't, why does she have to give birth to only people that die? So it was terrible, and there are very many people who are going through such kind of battles, you know, superstitions everywhere. So the guy asked me, he's like, how could you look at your wife again? Yeah, how did you manage to look at your life again? I looked at this guy. I asked him a simple question. What is it in church we say for better or worse? What is it that the worst that can happen in a marriage? He told me infidelity and the loss of a baby. Then I'm like, that's the worst. She said, yes. I said, exactly. Says for better or worse. Than that worst, that's more reason you have to stay there. He said, oh no, man. I don't know. My family, what, all those sorts of things. I don't know what to do. I said, okay, do you love your wife? She said, yes, I did love her. I asked her, now, you're married, you're all working right now. What if on your honeymoon, while you're coming back from your honeymoon, you get an accident and you lose your legs? If your wife told you that I didn't get married to a cripple, would you ask her to stay or would you want her to go? She said, I'll ask her to stay. I'm like, you bailed out on her. But you bailed out on her at the time she needed you the most. And then the guy's like, oh my goodness, what did I do? I'm like, how do I get this out? How do I get out of this? I'm like, right now, after this conversation, my brother, because he had come to the station too, and I've never talked to him again after that. So he had come, and then so he came to the station, so I'm like, you know what, just go right now. He said, like, right now, what would the family say? I'm like, just go straight to the mother of your wife. Just carry something simple. Go tell them you've come to pick your wife. Don't explain anything. Just say, I am sorry for what happened. I've come to pick my wife. And I guarantee you, they are waiting for you. So he said, it's not that easy. I'm like, I won't go with you, but just go. Give me a call. So he just did that. So he said, now, what about my parents who are at home and my siblings? I'm like, don't alert them that you're bringing your wife. Just go get your wife, stand in the doorway, tell them I've come back with my wife. If you don't feel comfortable, my car, my driver can actually drop you wherever you're going. And exactly that's how it happened. So they are happy now, very happy. They have a baby now, I think too. So now, some of those families, we would have never helped such a kind of family if we hadn't come out for other people to see that it is possible. You can get out of it. You can go through it. It is normal. It is okay. It is tough. It is sad. But yes, it is possible. You get that. Now in this day and age, for us was a different issue. Today people are struggling with, because of probably the climate change, their body changes, the foods we eat, everything that is happening is becoming creating a very uncomfortable space for fetuses to grow. Now, people are losing out their pregnancies, people are losing out their unborn children, but hey, that's not the end, you keep trying, you keep going on.
Scared.
Yeah, or being scared, all right? Don't be scared, all right? Own it up.
But having a partner who's there to hold your hand and tell you, and tell you, you know what, yes, what happened before happened, but I got you, we got this. Like God got us, let us, go through this journey.
Yeah. Because it can be tough, especially for us women, because the baby was in your stomach. You can start to think maybe I made a mistake, but it wasn't.
It was. We did everything.
Because we had done everything to that dot. Like,
trust me to the dot. Everything. When it comes to the dot, she is to the dots.
On his pregnancy, like, I think I'd packed my bags by 32 weeks. Like, so ready to receive this bundle of joy. And we had even already given him a name. So he was Jedediah Rhett. Jedediah means beloved of God, and Rhett means advice/counsel. So we're like, okay, advice/counsel, he'll be of sound advice to his siblings
Yeah.
after him. But when that happened, I felt in my spirit that no, his story is going to be of sound advice and
to
counsel
the world.
yes, to the
Amen.
world. So that was
So yeah, I
crazy
think my part for me, I didn't grieve so much because I actually didn't grieve because you know, I have a crazy principle, very crazy, weird principle. Things that I don't have power of can never stress me.
If you can't change it, it's not going to stress
I didn't
you.
create myself, so there's someone who created me with a purpose and a goal. So if something within my powers I can't do it, that can't bother me. So my main concern was her well-being. Yeah, for me, my main concern was her well-being. Because yes, we were expectant together, but she was there, emotional bonding. Well, I was there as well, like every step of the way. But for me, I wanted her to be fine because I'll get myself fine. I'm a big man. I can figure out myself. But for me, I wanted her to be well. And that was my concern for that time, throughout all the time. I wanted to find out how she was doing. How she was. I saw her every day. I actually would drive from my workspace to where she stays, her parents' home is far away. I didn't want her to stay home because one,
You didn't want her to be alone.
she was going to be alone, and I was going to be there, you know, come back later at office work.
Yeah.
So my work went on normal, by the way. Everything was fine. I was emceeing people's weddings. I was doing events. Everything was continuing, but she was the most important person in my life that I need to find out. Now, some days I'll sleep at her parents' place. Oh, by the way, I sleep there.
It's okay. My husband does as well. So
she does,
we
he
have
does.
we have no problem.
Oh
with
yeah,
that.
because one of those days my dad calls me like, where are you? And I'm like, Allyce is like, wait a minute. I'm like, yo, hold up. They told me unless they were
You're now a
joking.
son.
So they were not, if they are joking, even if they are joking, I took
I'm
it for
sleeping here.
you know gospel truth. So yeah, I have a room. We have, so we just so I would just come every day, even come from her place to just go to my workplace, like that. Yeah, until we were good. We were good, and she's
Wow.
stronger than ever.
Wow. Did that make you stronger as a couple? Going
Yes,
through that?
it did. Because I feel like at a point where you'd think a man would just leave you and think that, you know what, but he was there for me. He was there even when I would be like, you know what, this is just too tough. Because for me, it reached a point where every 11th of a month would hit so hard. I'd be like, at this point it would be this age. But thank God now, every 11th I don't even think about it. Or sometimes it hits when maybe I see a child who would be the same age as him, or if I hear that name Jedediah, I'm like, you know, you pause and you're like, oh, okay. But somehow we went through it, and you know, I had wanted to expect again maybe after 6 months or after like a year. I was like, Lord, please, but okay, in your own timing.
I canceled those plans. We
You were not ready.
We weren't about to stop, so we went on a spree of sleepless nights.
I don't think so, but yeah, my prayer was, Lord, at least give me 6 months or like a year, please. But it happened 3 months down the road. And interestingly, by the time we had chosen to give that testimony, we didn't know that we would be
expecting another baby.
So by the time we gave that testimony, we were around 3 months. Woo! I had to have that journey of faith and fight fear with the word. I had a book that I was reading, Supernatural Childbirth.
That book.
Yeah.
If you're pregnant or planning to be pregnant, supernatural childbirth is amazing.
I was like, Lord, if you did it for this woman who had been told that she's barren, and she was able to have all these children miraculously in a supernatural way without pain, then you can do it for us. So yeah, then we
so you know what, while we are even having these issues, this particular issue, to me I was grateful to God too for a few things, and I think people never look at them. see, while you're saying that, hey, we've just lost our baby, that one who just wants to actually lose it.
Yes.
Yeah, at least let it
Some
grow,
people-
then I
some
can lose it,
people-
then I know
Yes.
I can. So I was grateful to God that, well, her womb was operational, fully functional. You
Or
get
those
it.
people who
And
would tell
also the fact that, well, now I knew, because my prayer was different, because I've seen people who have wanted
you,
to even miss a period.
yeah.
You get it, and they have not. So for me, I was grateful to God that yakatiba kakola begin awulire block again of so to me I was grateful to God for these other things that people wouldn't be grateful to God for. Yeah, so I was all praises, man, from day one to my Jesus. For me, it was perfect. I like I said, it was tough for me because she wasn't okay.
Okay.
My problems were her problems, but myself, I was okay because I knew what God says about me. But I'm one of the most self-aware people you could ever find. Yeah, very self-aware. So for me, I knew the promises of God. I knew what we had was just another ministry. We were just being initiated into another ministry now. So for me, I took that every moment that comes, I look at it as a space for God to just glorify himself more. So for me, yeah, that was it. So I know she was going through that, which was normal because, but I was okay. I was like, you got this, girl. You're stronger than you can ever
So
imagine.
when you found out that you were expecting your second baby, how were you, Wesley?
How was I? It was cool. Same as the first time. Had to really, really get to be excited about things because I've been excited about a lot of things in this life. So, but it was a good thing for her. Yeah, I was happy for her on her behalf because I knew it will just get her to at least
To heal.
forget and then try to calm a little bit down because now there is something, beautiful new growing up that she needs to live for and focus on and concentrate on. So that relieved a lot of pressure on me as well in the attention space. Yeah. So a lot of attention was taken away from me.
Of course,
So,
all the attention was on her.
so I'm like, so for me, it was, I was more concerned about her well-being. I think for me, her well-being is the most important for me.
Too.
Me, I'm a guy.
But what I love about him is the fact that he attends every antenatal.
I don't have a choice again.
Yeah, you have no choice. But I'm grateful
He
because
married your boss.
he would have said, hey, right now I'm in a meeting, I can't come. But
No, everything stops when it comes to family.
Yeah.
Everything stops. I don't care.
Wow.
You can sack me. You can do whatever you want.
But
I
my wife
can lose the
needs
most
me.
important deal.
Yeah.
But family, for me, stops everything else. Yeah.
So we get to conceive the second baby, and when we found out that it's a girl, somehow, a baby after loss, a rainbow baby, we call them rainbow babies, they don't take away, they don't replace the baby that has been lost. But knowing that it's a girl kind of made it, I feel a little bit better. I don't know, somehow in my mind made it feel a little bit better, and just looking forward to her being a daddy's little girl. And
Which she is right now.
oh yeah, she is. She is. And oh my goodness, the pressure that was around, because I was somehow at that time Wesley had to travel to Mbarara to do something, so I ended up being at my parents' place, coming closer to the due date, 30th October. And I remember my mom, oh my goodness, my mom I think was just on pressure, like, "Umwana wa bendi." Like, I'm her daughter, and she's like, no,
She's now
we are
someone's
being
wife.
yes, we're being responsible for you.
Yeah.
So I remember going to the doctor was like, if the baby doesn't come on this date, actually it was, I think, 26. Anyways, if the baby doesn't come on this date, come the following day. So when we went there, the doctor was busy saying, you know what, let's give it a week. I'm like, hold up.
Been there, done that.
Nope. Can you just do a membrane sweep for me? And he was in shock. He was like, you want that? Most women don't. I'm like, it is
Painful.
okay. Me, I don't mind. So he did it. And it wasn't painful because I think I was relaxed. So he did it. While Wesley was saying, no, we can wait a week. I'm like, so, no, thank you. And
I am the most patient one. She,
I'm
she's
like,
not.
no, I think I reached a point where I'm like, let this baby just come out. So 31st in the night, my mom comes to check on me. She's like, have the contractions started? I'm like, Mommy, no. No. So I go to the bathroom and the bloody show comes out. And I'm like, okay, this is a sign.
It's new. Yeah.
So contractions started. So around 5 a.m. I tell Mommy, yeah, there are contractions. Like, let's go to hospital right now. No gap for any mistakes of whatnot. We're like, this time round, we'll go to the hospital. Or we're 2 centimeters, 3 centimeters. We're staying until the end, not sending us back home. So we go to hospital. We tell him. He comes over. And I had prayed to God that I deliver her during daytime. I had prayed to God that I don't get induced. I had prayed. There was quite a couple of things that I had prayed for. Yeah. But somehow I was at 3 centimeters until like 3:30 p.m. So I tell the doctor is like, you know what, we're going to induce you. I'm like, Lord, this bottle better not get finished, please, Lord. Yeah. And they put me on the bottle, and in 1 hour already, I was like, you know what, I need to
You
push.
are feeling that.
And the midwife, they tell the midwife, they're thinking, I've still got time. So I tell my auntie, because I was in with my auntie, I'm like, can I stand up? I stood up and pushed. I prayed to God that this time around let the water break by
on
itself.
Its own,
I didn't want them to break my water. I stand up and push, and water just gushes out. So they come rushing, like, we need to check you. I'm like, can we just
and they gave back.
They check me, I'm already at 10 centimeters. Wow. So they're like, let's just walk to the delivery room. It's just across. I'm like, this is insane. So anyways, we cross over, and within, I think, 3 pushes, she was out. Wow. I was crying.
Like 1, 2,
like
3.
2 pushes. Wow. She was
You didn't tell me the pushes though. So
you were not there.
I was.
But next time,
I was.
No.
You were just outside.
I was on the chair, just hearing you in the room.
So I remember them placing her on my chest, and I just cried. I'm like, thank you, Jesus. I just kept on crying and saying, thank you, Jesus. The midwives were in awe. The doctor was also just looking, and I'm like, thank you, Jesus. And she was crying, and I'm like,
was it the same hospital?
No,
different hospital. This time around, we had an amazing guy.
Yes.
Very amazing man. So he got us through all this phase.
He knew the history, and
of course, because
that time when the other hospital.
Yes, when we actually
one of my aunties, Reverend Diana Kesiga, called up that doctor and was like, please, my niece is at this hospital and she needs help. And he came through.
Yeah, and he came through,
And he checked on us, and he was so sad looking at us going through that situation. So we're like, you know what, the next time,
this will be our doctor.
Yes, he'll be our doctor. So it was just so amazing. I think for a week or a month, I just kept looking at her and crying and being like, Lord, you're so faithful. And we named her Anaya, which means God answers.
Amen.
And crowned, because God crowned us as parents. So she's an amazing little girl that has brought so much joy, and she's so intelligent for her age. She's a worshiper. She's very funny. She's a daddy's girl.
Wow.
She's a daddy's
And she's pretty, and she's taking up.
I've seen her. She's so beautiful.
Yes.
She looks like her mom.
No, the Nyash is
She actually looks like the dad.
Yeah,
Just the skin color is mine.
No, actually, I'm also light skinned in the wood.
Yes. If you
just here, it's just the sun,
the
hassle.
sun.
The hassle, the temperatures, but
I hear you.
But the rest of the body, I'm light.
So it has been an interesting 4.5, almost 5, I can't believe it, journey of learning, of growing, of being intentional, of communicating, even in the spaces when we're just quiet. it is okay. I think I've gotten used to it. And most of the times we're actually doing movies at home. By the way, he doesn't do cinemas, so he stopped doing cinemas. You find yourself,
You're watching a lot.
adapting.
The issue with cinema is that you go to enjoy a movie, but you keep saying hello to almost the whole place. You know.
So it doesn't work for you, a public figure.
So,
Yeah.
yeah.
But if you want, we can do it. I have no problem really. I can brave it. If
You can brave
But
it.
the issue is putting on those shades. I don't like putting
The
on shades on my
3D.
face.
Yeah,
Yeah.
3D glasses.
I just don't get well with my shades on
So,
my face.
even making time, like whenever I ask him for time, he endeavors. Because I remember the last staycation we went for, which was in November, last year, he fell sick on that day. Like, just know when you've longed to go out,
And
you're
you're
like,
like,
yes,
please
we've
don't fall
left
sick.
the baby girl with her grandparents, and then he falls sick. Sick to an extent he was shivering in the bed.
Oh,
I was
dear.
ready to call it quits, like, let's just go home. But he's like, no, I know you've been wanting to have this mini staycation. I will be okay.
I'll be strong.
And he hung on until we finished. But me, I'm there concerned, like, yo, you are sick. We need to go to hospital, like, right
No,
now.
fine.
But him doing those things, like, I know he loves us. He loves us so much. He would sacrifice anything.
Again,
for
I don't
us.
have a choice.
Your story is so beautiful, like holding each other's hands even in the midst of pain. And trusting God, especially in your deepest pain. For me, I feel like that's what stands out. And your story is going to bless so many couples, I know. Yeah.
I think there is nothing that is impossible. And people who quarrel in marriages, I just don't get you. I really don't. I think it's selfishness. And for example, there are very many things that I have let go of that I loved so dearly, that every time I think about them, I feel a little pain. But she likes them, so I let them be. And that's it. One of them is letting go of white color.
He
He loves white.
Yeah.
So he wanted
Everything white.
like your couches,
The carpet, everything white.
Everything
white.
Okay.
Jesus, she comes in and she says no.
No. I'm like, we're just starting out.
She'll be the one maintaining the white.
That's what she kept saying. I'm like, we can get a maid. And I wasn't maintaining it myself either. I had a maid, I had a but she...
I'm like, no, babies are going to come
you see?
in.
But before the babies come, can I first
No,
enjoy my
let
white?
the babies grow up and
Wow.
Then you do the white.
See,
Yeah.
so every time I look at white everything, I feel a little pain. But she doesn't like it, so I'm okay with it. So I let go of it. Yeah, so, but I'm building a cave.
A man cave.
Yeah, I'm going to make it white.
And I'll let Anaya come and do it.
Which is okay. It's going to be a white. If it gets messed up, somebody
We'll
will
clean.
clean it. So I'm putting up something specifically for me to be in there.
To enjoy your
It's
white.
going to be white, and I'll show you. Yeah. So you can have your whole house to yourself. Thank you very much. Yeah.
Okay, at this point, I usually share a lesson of the day.
Yeah.
And from your story, I feel like the perfect lesson of the day is hold true to the process and to the journey, because marriage is a process, it's a journey. We'll have ups and downs, but as long as you purpose to be in it together and have God at the center, then you will make it through. And your journey will be beautiful. Your journey will impact people. Your journey will tell a story. Thank you for sharing your story with us, with me. I have laughed a lot, but I've also been edified and my faith strengthened. And I want us to end with some questions. What is this season of your life called?
Making America great again.
How are you making America great again?
The Wesleys greater.
This season is Trump season. Trump season. Making Yeah, so non-stop sleeping, I'm busy working on making sure we actually add on that kid again. So we are
So
interested.
it's sleepless nights
Yeah,
again.
sleepless, no sleeping. No, we weren't sent to sleep.
Uh,
We were sent to work on it.
multiply and heal
Yep,
the
yep,
world.
yep, yep, yep. So there's a new technique that I've actually got to find out that brings triplets. So don't worry.
Coming soon.
No, so I'm working on it. So
No,
don't
it's
worry.
the
Yeah,
empire.
yeah. So yeah. That's it.
And you, Allyce, what's the season of your life called? Team No Sleep as well.
I feel like this season has been. I feel like this season is a season to grow more. I feel like somehow, because I turned 30 last year in November, and I feel like somehow there are doors that have opened, interesting, amazing doors, and I can't wait to see where that is going to lead me. And yeah, I'm just looking forward to
Well, I feel
this
like 30
journey.
comes with a certain kind of clarity.
Yeah.
That's just what my experience has been also.
I've forgotten what 30 feels like.
You're closer to 40. Right?
If not, I'm actually.
Top
So
secret.
my birthday is on the 15th of this month.
Ooh, happy birthday in advance.
Thank you.
5 days after that is our daughter's birthday.
Okay. So we'll just eat on your cake. I'm not doing a celebration.
Yours is first. We can eat yours.
I'll be working. Yeah.
Okay.
But I don't like celebrations. I don't like doing parties. I don't like doing things. But on the contrary,
You accept them?
Yeah. So
And I
she,
pull him along. I'm
Good.
like, yo,
yeah.
Good.
let's go. Let's go.
Then marriage beautiful.
Yeah.
A quote or a verse that you live by, or a saying.
I quote really, you are your own limitation. Yeah. Created that. You are your own limitation. Nobody else is fighting you. Nobody else is.
You're fighting yourself.
You are your own limitation. You will choose to get yourself out of that ditch. You will choose to stay in that ditch. You will choose whatever comes your way. And so you are your own limitation. Even the girl that actually you see that you like so much, you're the one who's stopping yourself from going for her. You're actually building a lot of things in your mind that she will not be. She's not my crush. She will not like me. She's not.
Just go give her your number.
Just go shoot your shots. Go give her your number. At least go cause you've not limited yourself.
Yeah.
So mostly we limit ourselves to quite a lot of things, and we actually want to credit that to something else, somebody else. But we are our own limitations. So don't limit
Don't
yourself.
limit
to everything.
yourself. And Allyce?
I think one of the scriptures that I've held on to is knowing that for I alone know the plans that I have for you, plans to prosper you. That every season you just get to know that, you know what, God is on my side. God wants you to prosper. Even when you go through a heartache, God still loves you so much that He wants to see you prosper in whatever it is. Even at that point when you feel like He is so far, He's actually near you.
Yeah.
Just let Him embrace you and let Him take you into, let Him like just lift you up and be in the journey of safety, of love, of prosperity, of, you know, all the good things that He has in our lives.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. Thank you guys for coming to the channel. I'm so grateful.
Thank you for hosting us.
Thank you for hosting us. This has been beautiful. Sharing our story.
Thank you guys for watching to the end. I will see